What's going on, fellas? It's your boy Coach Rob, and I wanted to shoot this video because lately I just seen some stuff that, or I've been seeing some stuff. It's kind of, I wouldn't say it's becoming a trend, but I kind of see a small divide happening, and it's nothing serious, but it just kind of shocked me when I seen it. And basically, what that is that and if you see the title of the video, this video was called compliments and fragrances. And it seems that you have a divide. You have people that, enjoy compliments or enjoy using their fragrances to get compliments like me. And then you got another crowd of people, reviewers and people that watch our reviews that have a problem with people wearing fragrances for compliments, which I find odd. I don't get that. But what kind of sparked me to do this video was that I was watching a couple people reviews and they kind of talking about, compliments aren't that important and, it ain't really about compliments and it's no big deal and yada, 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 yada. And then, I'm reading through people's comments on these videos and somebody was one comment that just stood out and really made me like, I said, make me do this video. And this person said, he was like, if I remember correctly, he was like, I cringe when I see a reviewer talking about compliments. And when I read that comment, it kind of took me back for a minute. I'm like really, dude, you cringe if a person talks about compliments. And as I was reading that, the first thing that Drake song popped in my head where he says, "People with no money act like money isn't everything." That's kind of how that phrase or that little lyric right there kind of summed up how I feel some of these people look at those like myself who are into getting compliments. It's kind of like they get none, so the people that do, they kind of frown upon or they kind of, call it childish and call it, immature because we got, men that are concerned with, getting compliments. And so, I started reading other comments and I started seeing people that have that stance about they don't like comments or it's immature or juvenile or whatever they think it is. I started, focusing on people that said stuff like that. And I was trying to figure out what is the real issue. So, I mean, from me reading and looking at people's reviews or reviewers that have that same stance, the consensus is basically that they feel people like me, I mean, nobody was directing anything at me, but I just put myself in that category because if you follow my videos, I'm about compliments. But people like me, they feel that we only wear our fragrances to get compliments. So I just want to, tackle that misconception, and because that's the furthest thing from the truth. Now, in reality, what it is, like a person like me, the first compliment that matters is my own. So I wear fragrances for myself first and foremost. I'm the one that buy them. I'm the one that pick them out. I purchase them. So, and a lot of ladies have purchased fragrances for me in my past, but I still had to like it to wear it. You feel me? And so first of all, the most of the guys that I talk to, most of the guys that I communicate with in this community, that are looking for compliments like myself, we all say it. We all say first we gotta like it, because if that was the case, if I was just wearing things or my, people like me was just wearing anything, like for me, I would wear, I would be wearing Amen and Virgin Island water if I just wore things that get compliments, but I don't like either of those fragrances. So you won't see me in my collection. You don't see me reviewing it. You don't see me talking about those. And if you see me talk about Amen, pretty much all you guys know I don't like it. So I don't wear fragrances just for compliments. I wear what I like first. And what happens is I find myself gravitating towards fragrances in my collection that I personally like that happens to get compliments. For example, like if I'm wearing my signature Keaton, when I wear it, I picked it out. I liked it first, and then I purchased it. And when I purchased it, I found out that I get a lot of compliments. So I may wear it one day, get a compliment, and say, okay, cool. Then I may wear something else, and wear something else, and wear something else, and nothing happens. I get no feedback or nothing, no compliments or anything like that. Then I grab Keaton again. Wow, I got two more compliments. Then I wear something else and grab Keaton, another compliment. So what I notice is I'm like, damn, every time I wear, this Keaton, people compliment me. Not every time I wear it, but the majority of times I wear it, I'm noticing that I'm receiving compliments. So what started happening subconsciously, I like that fragrance better. Subconsciously, I start grabbing towards that fragrance, because it's always in the back of my mind that that bottle is a compliment getter. And that's pretty much how my collection breaks down. It's those that, when I look at it, the ones that I know I have a different experience with when I wear them, because it's nothing like getting a compliment. So for you guys that have problems with compliments, and getting compliments. Who doesn't like a compliment? When you put on a fragrance and you go out in the public and somebody stops you or somebody says, "Wow, you smell good," or by the way, you smell nice. Like who doesn't like that, man? So it is it's crazy when I read people that say stuff like that, or even reviewers that say like, "Oh, compliments, getting compliments is not about that. It's about you and the fragrance will only be for you," and all that nonsense. I mean, but like I said, the fragrance is for me, but it's also for the public. They appreciate it when they smell me walk by. And all you guys out there, man, there's nothing wrong with getting compliments. If you're wearing fragrances, you getting compliments, hey, I pop my collar to you, and you keep doing it. You keep going out there getting your compliments, man. Don't listen to these naysayers that talk about compliments, getting compliments is juvenile and immature. And for me, man, I'm even gonna give you guys a little short story. For me, how I even started even wearing fragrances for compliments. Because in the beginning, I just would go in Sephora or Macy's or wherever and just, smell a fragrance. I like it, take it home, wear it, and that was it. You know what I mean? And if somebody complimented me on the street, it was whatever. It was whatever. They gave me a compliment. Okay, cool. I just kept it pushing. I didn't really, put too much weight into it. And then what happened is when I was in my, clubbing days, when I would hit the clubs a lot, what I notice is, and if you watch my Dolce& and Gabbana Pour On video I did a while back, I talked about that being one of my heavy, club scents. That and Armani Code were like my go-to club scents. And with Dolce& and Gabbana Pour On, the original one, that was almost like a wingman. That was almost as good as a wingman because I noticed when I would go to clubs, either women would recognize it or for some reason women would just, they would like it, and I noticed that it was a great icebreaker. I can walk into an environment and I can see a woman that, I want to talk to. And before I can, get up what I'm going to say to her, sometimes she may say something to me and her first words are a compliment like, "Wow, you smell good. What do you have on?" And that right there already broke the ice. So that's what had me start thinking about fragrances as complimented. They became icebreakers for me. And I'll walk you through a short story. I remember back in the day, I went to a club obviously. And what I would do, this is how I would I'm gonna break it down how I used to do it. What I would do, I would go to a nightclub. I have my Armani coat on or I have my Dolce& and Gabbana, right? I'll walk into a club, and when I walk into a club, I look for the finest girl in the club because I start from the finest and I work my way down. I never try to go holler at the mediocre and the bottom of the barrel girls. I'm looking for the 10. I go in there, I look for the 10. And what I would do, I would kind of, scope the club out, see what she's doing or whatever. And I'll find that moment to where she walks to the bar. And when she walks to the bar, I would make my way up and make sure I get shoulder to shoulder with her. So she's in, she's in my space. She's gonna smell my fragrance. And sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes, or what I may do, this was my thing. I may bump her a little bit, not hard, but I may go up there and bump her. And this is what I would do. This would gauge her personality for me. If I bump her, she'll look and she'll be like, "What the hell?" This is if she was a bitch. I'm not calling women bitches, so all my women, people out, all my women watch viewers out there, not calling women bitches. I'm just saying if I would have bumped her and she would act like a bitch, that's how I knew I'm not even talking to her. Because if I bump her and she be like, "You didn't see me here. What the hell you doing? I'm here, blah 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 blah." I'd be like, "Sorry, ma'am. Sorry, lady. I didn't mean to hit you. I didn't see you there." And usually when I would bump them, if they were cool, what they would say something like, I hit them and then I'll be like, "Oh, excuse me, I didn't see you right there. I'm just trying to get a drink." And they'll say something like, "Oh, yeah, it's crowded in here. I had to fight through the crowd myself to get to the bar and blah, blah, blah." So from there, now we engage in conversation and communication. That's another video I did for you guys out there. I did a video on communication because that's the key. That goes beyond fragrances. That's the number one compliment factor is your communication with these women and with people, period. And so as we engage in conversation, they always, when I'm wearing Armani Code or Dolce & Gabbana, they always complimented me on my fragrance. And as soon as they compliment me on my fragrance, I'll tell them, "Oh yeah, thanks, man, it's one of my favorite. I'm kind of into fragrances." And then most women have a gang of perfumes, so they'll say something like, "Oh yeah, I have perfumes too, and I like so and so." And before they tell me what they like, I'll be like, "Let me guess, you probably like Chanel's Chance." I don't know what it is about Chanel Chance, but 90% of women have that fragrance, had that fragrance, or like that fragrance. I don't know what it is. But anyway, I'm like, "You probably like, Chanel Chance." Their eyes light up. "Oh, how you know? That's one of my favorite ones." Or, "I just ran out of a bottle." Or, "That's my best friend. She wears that. I always take a bottle from her." It's always something like that. So now they think I'm like some psychic dude or something. And we'll start conversating from there. And it all started with the compliment I received from my fragrance. And so we're talking about, fragrances. I'm telling her about my collection. She's talking about her stuff. And then I kind of just ended. I'm like, you know what? It was good talking to you, but it's kind of crowded. I can't really talk in this, this environment. It's kind of loud. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give you my number. Call me tomorrow like at 3 o'clock, and maybe we can continue this conversation, or maybe we can go, have a bite to eat, go grab some coffee or something, and I'll just pretty much seal the deal right there. And no wingman involved. I didn't need no outside interference or anything. Only thing I needed was to get close enough for her to smell me, or me bump her or something, and then she smell me, and we off to the races. We off conversating and talking. I done got her number. I'm meeting with her the next day or the following day. And from that moment on, I always get those fragrances that get me compliments, because when they get me compliments, they get me conversation, and when they get me conversation, the rest is history. What I mean, I could take it anywhere I want to take it. So that's my thing, guys. So if you guys are out there, and even if you ain't single, if you single, wear those compliment getters. And even if you're not, you got a wife, fiance, whatever, man, wear fragrances that she like. I guarantee you it's gonna make your life better. It's gonna make your days more pleasant. When you're wearing something that your girlfriend like, and she knows you're wearing it for her, and she's smelling good, and she's telling you smell good, believe me, it's gonna make everything else that much better. So for you naysayers out there that don't like getting compliments, or you think people are immature because they're looking for compliments, I really don't know what to tell you. But like I told you guys before, man, there's different kind of reviewers. We all ain't cut from the same cloth. You know what I'm saying? You got some dudes that got some game, and you got some dudes that are lame. And that is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that to anybody, but I let you guys out there that's watching these videos be the judge of that. But you just gotta know where you're getting your information from, and and that's it, man. But depending on what the ladies say, determines what I spray. Peace.